4,807 meters above sea level. At this altitude, Mont Blanc is considered the highest peak in Italy and Europe. Located on the border between the Aosta Valley and Savoy, between Italy and France, this tower of granite is one of the most important natural attractions on our continent. In addition to its supremacy of height, this mountain, clearly visible from the French front and, on the other hand, more hidden if you look for it from the Italian border, was also the first peak to be climbed to its summit. The feat, which among other things led to the birth of mountaineering, was completed on August 8, 1786, by two boys from Valle d'Aosta, Jacques Balmat, a crystal hunter who was 24 years old at the time, and Michel Gabriel Paccard, a 29-year-old physician and botanist. To push them in this adventure was Horace Benedict de Saussure, a Swiss scientist who admired Mont Blanc from his Geneva residence and dreamed one day of being able to reach it, when he actually did in 1787, a year after the first ascent. These lands of mountain supremacy also have a gastronomic one. The pastures of the Aosta Valley, in fact, host one of the most important productions of cheese at high altitude in the world, that of Fontina, a semi-cooked full-fat cheese produced with milk from a single milking, which, in its most characteristic version, comes from a red and black-spotted breed of cows that stay during the summer on meadows at over 2,000 meters above sea level. And it is the essences, the flowers, the herbs found in these fields that perfume this cheese, which, thanks to its fattiness, melts in the mouth, releasing notes of melted butter and grass. Certainly not a delicate taste, on the contrary, but which probably for this reason has become indispensable for dairy lovers. And it is precisely this ease in melting that would have inspired, at the beginning of the 18th century, the term fontina, which, since then, we call these large wheels with a reddish crust that can weigh up to 9 kilos each. And it is thanks to this peculiarity that fontina has become a central and indispensable ingredient of various local and non-local preparations. The two most famous are certainly valpellinense soup, cooked with broth, Savoy cabbage, wholemeal bread, and of course, fontina. And then there is the fondue, a preparation that, just to say its name, makes your mouth water and immediately evokes cold winter evenings and tables of friends who happily dip pieces of toasted bread in a central pot where, steaming, this tasty, rich, and creamy cheese awaits. But how is it done? Let's go see it. First of all, you need to cut the fontina cheese into small pieces and leave them to soak in milk for at least one night. The next day, the fontina is coarsely drained and placed in a pan, usually terracotta, suitable for cooking in a bain-marie. Add the butter and start cooking. At this point, you need an ingredient that cannot be purchased: patience. You need to keep stirring and wait until the fontina melts, when it takes on a racy and compact structure, and then for it to dissolve completely until it becomes a cream. Now is the time to incorporate the egg yolks, one for every 100 grams of cheese, continuing to mix gently and continuing to keep the fondue warm. Within a few minutes, the cream, which had been quite liquid until then, will begin to take on a richer and more velvety appearance. Now move it to a bain-marie for a few moments and then remove from the bain-marie. Season with salt and pepper and place the dish in the center of the table, keeping it warm by perching it on top of a lit candle.